Does anyone know why the UFC is always rewarding bad behavior? Because this is a certified troublemaker card. Let's get into it. Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. I thought Topuria said that Max didn't want to fight him. Now that's changed to they forced him to sign. Yeah, the BMF who has fought a murderer's row at featherweight and wanted to fight Khabib on a week's notice is suddenly ducking his chance to regain his belt. Get your head on straight, Ilia. Both guys are coming off of amazing performances, so it's hard to pick. So you gotta figure out which downfall do you think is more dramatic, Gaethje or Volk. Pretty close in that regard, so in a purely technical and skill-based fight, I gotta go with Max Holloway. He's only been outboxed by a bigger, stronger Poirier, and I think that the Volk leg kicks and height were the main ways that he beat Max. And Ilia Topuria doesn't really have good leg kicks. Topuria could go a grappling heavy route. I think that could work. But all of this talk of him boxing Max's head off and being the first to knock him out, he wants it mounted on the wall, and I don't think he's going to grapple. Max Holloway by 49-46 decision via hubris. But he isn't that bad compared to Khamzat Chimaev, who is facing Robert Whittaker on this card. After every little thing he's done, scamming fans, messing up multiple cards, starting backstage fights, you'd think Khamzat wouldn't get the Whittaker fight. He'd had to fight down a little bit. Vittori, Dolidze, Costa. I think that the Whittaker that fought Aliskerov was one of the scariest ever. Whittaker's counter wrestling is very good. We saw that against Romero. And I think Khamzat struggled against Usman and Burns, especially in the third rounds. I don't see him winning a decision. He would need an early finish, which isn't impossible, but Khamzat's striking isn't on the level of an Izzy or a DDP. Whittaker by 48-47 decision. Maybe a late fight TKO. Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov 2 is very interesting because even though the first fight was a 50-45 decision for Gane, Volkov was in it for most of the fight. By the time he fights Volkov, he'll have been out for 13 months. Gane avoided Aspinall, Pavlovich, Blades because he was injured and filming a movie. A lot of ring rust accumulating here. Now he gets a title eliminator because the UFC loves the French market. Oui, yes they do. I think he'll have a lot of trouble against an improved Volkov, especially after a long absence, but he's a freak athlete, and you can't teach that. Gone by 48-47, 48-47, 47-48 split decision. Rakic versus Ankalaev. Here's the plan, Dana. Tell both of them it's a title eliminator, and then make the winner fight Jamal Hill. I refuse to sacrifice Yuri or Pereira to these grapplers. Ew, gross. Ankalaev seems like he's better everywhere, except submission defense. But I don't think that Rakic can get the wrestling going, so getting there'd be an issue. Ankalaev by a dominant 30-27 decision. Mostly striking. Up next we get the prelim bonus round. Fast money, ladies and gentlemen. Ige versus Murphy. That's Ige's reward for stepping up on short notice. Yikes. Ige 29-28 decision. RDA versus Jeff Neal. Jeff has had a lot of trouble with grappling in the past, but RDA is very old. He's been knocked out by Fiziev and Jeremy Stevens. Jeff Neal, round 3 TKO. I'm not even going to bother with the last names. Rinat versus Nursultan. Pretty simple win for Rinat here. 30-27 decision. Nursultan lost to Buckley. Not a great look. Marcos Rogerio de Lima versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. Kennedy is moving up to heavyweight for this one, but I don't think he's big enough, and his grappling kind of sucks. So if De Lima grapples, it's kind of an easy win. I'm thinking Rogerio de Lima by second round rear naked choke. Even though this card is littered with some pretty controversial people throughout, at least we get 2 fan favorites in Max Holloway and Robert Whittaker on the same card. That'll be pretty sweet. That's going to be it for this video. Not a massive news and predictions guy, but I felt like this event had a definitive storyline. Like, comment, and subscribe for more MMA content, and have a good time.